Not.
Destroying Piley is certainly something I would not object to either. He is ambitious and he is dangerous.
And
I
you have promised to do so.
I will admit that you have indeed taught me a lot in the short time you talked to us last time, and I have learned a lot. And I see no reason at all to go against you. I see that as complete foolishness.
Hopefully you will find some of the visions we had to be of interest then, Lady Ashwood. And
I
hopefully
find them disturbing. It is unusual, even more so than a simple sending from some sort of arcanely inspired caster.
I have a question.
Yeah?
She only saw Tyraxis, right?
Yes.
But did she get the part that Rakayax, when he stepped out, and he basically could see that we were still there but sleeping, but he suddenly just went from like a portal, kinda.
I
You
think she gets it.
you aren't entirely sure what she has seen from Terexus, but you could ask her if she is really sure that she understood everything.
I think that's a little far fetched. I think it's a little. I'm questioning the. I don't even know what to call her. I don't want to question her. I am just a little dragon here.
I appreciate that you have come so far simply to tell and show me these things. I do not think they affect me in many ways. And if you were looking for advice, then I have given you just that. Destroy Piley, and we will be safe.
Tyraxis nods.
And how will we go about destroying him? He seems like he has resources enough to fight us.
He is resourceful, he is intelligent and skilled at the art, although not as much as you might assume. He needs preparation and foresight. What he cannot anticipate, he cannot defeat.
We know where his supposed headquarters is. We have a pretty good idea of the layout, even.
On the other hand, you also should not surprise yourselves by doing things without the proper planning. It may be that you think you are surprising him, but you are doing the exact opposite.
The only thing he wouldn't expect is for us to do nothing.
I suspect that is something he is hoping for, however. He has invited you to his place, I believe. It does not seem wise to follow the invitation, but it also means that he is hoping for you to show up in that place. He will not be cooped up in his dwarven-built fortress forever, however. He is undoubtedly doing something. He will not simply sit still and idle and wait for you to arrive. Not with winter approaching.
Does he travel outside of his stronghold at all?
I suspect so, but I cannot be sure.
I wonder if he has the power to teleport. If not, we could conceivably assault him on the road, away from the fortress and all of his guards.
I would have felled the remains magic like that. If he has access to spells like that, they are not very powerful.
Traxxas nods. We have some agents at our disposal, perhaps posting some of them around to give us a warning when the good wizard leaves his demands. It could be of use. Striking him on the road, as I said, seems to be the most advantageous for us.
I would like to have a better way of locating him, though.
I can sense him if he comes very near to the forest, but that is unlikely to help. Because if I can sense him, I can destroy him myself. But he is not that foolish. Vincent is unlikely to succeed in infiltrating his operation again. However, he is adept at staying hidden.
How would he contact us, though, if he saw him leaving? We cannot simply go and wait outside his home forever.
That is true. I do not think I can help you with this. Any power and a message like that would be rather significant, would further weaken me. With winter approaching, I need my strength.
I don't suppose there is like a river with fish in it, like running through the stronghold?
Yeah, then we can test your power.
The tower that Piley mentioned in his meeting was most likely the tower that you were also imprisoned in, and you're pretty sure there was no river in sight.
Ah, damn it.
Sheep.
Yes.
Does she even care whether or not she care?
Could you... I'm not sure I know what you mean.
It's just she's just like that giant turtle in Neverending Story, and he says we don't even care whether or not we care.
I don't know what that means. I have not seen the Neverending Story.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just when she talks, it's almost in riddle, and it's kind of like she answers but doesn't answer. She's kind of like a Schrodinger's wood dragon.
Well, it seems to me we're done here at least.
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to
Yeah.
do much else.
But
we have warned her.
Seriously don't think it's a good idea to attack him just yet.
I don't see how he would.
I mean, we could just fly in and crash into his damn tower and
That's what he
attack it.
That's what he hopes in his wildest dreams. That's what happens.
Probably.
You think he has that many guards?
No, but I think he has something prepared just for that.
He
Sort of
probably
dragon
has.
trap or something.
Well, we did destroy what he had from us. At least
What he had there.
Yeah, what he had there. But don't if you have components or blood or scales or hair from someone you can use.
A wizard doesn't invite dragons without preparing for them to arrive.
He
And
did,
if I know one thing about wizards, is that you don't want to fight them while they're prepared.
but if you have
But he's
blood or
always
something
going to be
from
prepared for us since the invitation. We can't wait for him because he's doing whatever he's doing. At some point we need to act. If we
Can't
don't,
you-
he's going to win.
Can you with because he had our scales and blood, can he use that against us some way?
We hire people to watch him.
I mean, you have money, and there's always people wanting money. Realistically, the only place you really have access to is Epkin. And it's probably not the best place to hire adventurers, since it is rather hostile to outsiders.
We need some sort of human group, bandits or some such we could take over.
We don't know any such group.
On the other hand, you would also know that Vincent has mostly used his house in Epkin during the time that he himself infiltrated the tower, because, according to him at least, that was the place where most of the guards stayed, really.
But like, even so, even if we like have a guard on the inside, like, what would that help us? A guard, he doesn't understand magic. It's like, yes, the old wizard is doing something. I don't know what.
Well, the
Just
idea
a
would be
guard.
that when the wizard leaves to get reagents or something, we would attack him. But we need a way for us to know when he leaves, be able to get to the place he's leaving, like to on the way there, and for that to be told to us whenever it is relevant. Because we can't just sit outside like and wait for 6 months until he decides to leave in the summer.
Can we kind of count? Because we know when this last time he left.
Yeah, maybe.
I
We
mean, you
might just take
could-
deliveries waiting for us
you can-
constantly.
I mean, you can
Certainly isn't going to leave now because he's
can-
expecting us.
we can bribe the pixie to keep a look out for him. He's quick.
But last time we asked the Pixie to keep a lookout, he told us that he actually just went there and didn't notice anything and then left.
Sure. The thing is, we don't really have any other options. Like, it would be good if we had like a bandit group to take over. Maybe there's one hiding in that destroyed village. Maybe they destroyed the village. I don't know. So that might be a lead to look into. But I don't know.
Does Lady Ashwood know of any bandits in the forest?
There were the occasional bandit in the forest, but they got lost and eventually either got killed or starved.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
She is rather satisfied by that outcome.
Would be nice if we could find some.
Too bad we killed that adventuring group.
I don't think they would work for us.
A rogue might. It didn't seem to care much.
I think we would have taken our money and left.
That's true. Besides, we robbed them of their
We need
equipment.
people who have nowhere else to go.
But
Or
maybe there are what are they called, bounty hunters or something like that. Someone we can hire. That what they do it for a living.
Like an assassin to take out the wizard.
No. Just to
Surely
spy.
wouldn't expect that. But
Just a spy, or maybe an assassin. Not sure.
that would probably mean that we need to go to one of the biggest cities, either Corvosa or Kermaga, because I don't think Abkin has any of those people really.
which of those would be more likely to have assassins in it?
Corvosa.
Those assassins might kill us and take the bounty, though.
Yes. We would need
Well,
an
we're-
intermediary to do this for us.
We need people then.
Yes.
Humans who can interact. The kobolds are good for some things, but not really for, well, a lot of things actually.
For now, I still think posting a few kobolds around this place would be the solution we can work
We
with.
don't have that many though,
Well,
Yep,
this is
7.
something we might want
and they
to.
will die out there in the winter.
I mean, we don't leave them out there to just be alone for weeks. We rotate, right?
But it's pretty far out, I think. Right? It's pretty
Well,
far.
We got to
right?
where we went
Day
in like
or-
a day, so
Yeah.
a kobold can survive a day in the winter, surely.
Yeah, but then we'll have to rotate. Then we'll basically get nothing else done. And he probably isn't going to leave anytime soon since he's hoping that we might show up. Wouldn't he just kick himself if we showed up while he wasn't there?
Well, in that case, if it's not gonna leave, then we need to attack. We need to come to him.
We'll have someone else do it for us.
I don't think we have the contacts necessary to like hire a red mantis assassin or something like that.
But how will we get those contacts?
Well, we generally would get them by interacting with human society and like long-term projects. Like this would be something that Tyraxis would like to do, surely, but it would probably take a year or two. If we want to set it up properly. I mean, ideally we want a network of agents that don't know that they're actually working for us. We want
But
to
a frontal assault seems just the worst idea.
no, maybe. I mean, we can
Exactly what he wants.
we can fly. We can fly past his window and just shoot breaths in. Maybe that'll kill him.
You can go and do that, yes. I can't. And I don't think it's a very good idea either. Last time he was not prepared for us. This time I think he will very much be. I remember those cages. Nothing I could do could break them.
can only prepare so much, though.
Still, it would be a move out of desperation.
I mean, we could do a Valentine style. We attack in the night every night until we have killed everyone in his damn tower except him. He's the only one left. What's he gonna do then? I mean, we can literally invade his tower and like hunt him from room to room until he goes to his like private sanctum or whatever. And like, fine, we just close the door, bar it. He can't get out.
But wouldn't he just, whenever we go there and attack, come and strike at us, and we would be smashed against his guard and him? Where would we flee to even? I'm sure he can fly faster than we can.
I don't know. I don't think so. If he's silly enough to actually fly out to meet us, then we have kind of won, right? Because his guards can't help him up there unless he gives all the guards flying potions.
But he doesn't magic, right? He will have guards with bows and be able to shoot arrows of fire and have shields on him, those sorts of things.
We can prepare for arrow fightings. There are like stuff we can do to that.
Well, I just don't think it's feasible. There must be something else we can do.
I don't know. So everything else I would think it would take too long, or require us to have resources we don't have. The thing is, we don't have the resources to do this finesse-like at the moment, I feel.
But we didn't have that before either, and so we didn't do it. And look at how much we've gained since then.
We forced our way out.
We aren't really in a hurry at the moment.
We are, though. Because come winter, he's going to do what he's going to do, and possibly kill Ashwood.
Is that really even possible?
If we wait,
he need us
he
for
wins. That's not what he said to us, and that's not what Ashwood thinks either. Like, I'm with you that a frontal assault is problematic, but I'm coming up with a blank for what we could do otherwise. Infiltrating doesn't seem likely. He probably triple checks everything now. Like, hire an assassin? Maybe. We don't know any assassins. Post guards around, sure. We can hope that he exits from time to time. Or we can start hunting his guards when they do, because I don't think they have like unlimited food in that place. Surely there must be supplies coming there from time to time. We can raid those caravans and like starve him out.
Probably has a lot prepared for winter.
Maybe. Or he hasn't prepared it yet. We don't know. We burned down a lot of his tower.
As I understood, most merchants don't go anywhere in winter, and his tower probably isn't rebuilt yet unless he used magic for it.
Well, traveling past the tower, at least in sight range, as you went down to Afghan, you did see that it wasn't really as damaged as you thought it would be. The upper level certainly seemed scorched slightly from the outside, but all in all, it seemed to be in decent shape.
If we could get to one of the larger cities, I'm sure we could buy some sort of magic that could deal with it.
What? What magic?
I don't know what would be available, but
In Corvosa, probably everything.
the large cities, much could be found, I'm sure.
Do you think we will find like a magical anti-wizard?
Like, I'm sure
Device?
other people have problems with wizards. And I'm sure many have devised ways of dealing with them. Or I expect we would see more wizards everywhere.
I think more takes time and intellect, and not many people have that. But yeah, how do you defeat a wizard? You surprise them, or you have silence around them that they can't get rid of. You get into close combat.
That would already be something we could acquire.
Maybe Apkin sells silence spells. I don't know who would cast them though. I guess you have it in your spell list.
Yeah.
I guess you could read from a scroll.
I could read a lot of things from scrolls.
But that still requires us to go to him. No.
Well, we could buy like an earthquake or something.
Level 9 spell?
Level 8.
I don't think so. Can I have a Storm of Vengeance scroll, please?
That would be very helpful too.
It's like, what do you need this for? Kind of used to level cities.
Just saying, I'd be more scared about the fact that there is a much higher chance that Jonas will make a backlash with the level 9 spell. Actually,
I mean, I would use it.
Oh yeah,
Do it.
scroll backlash. And then you
Just
get
like
the
you
one
would have
that lets it trigger like 1d4 hours later. And then you
Or
walk around
out.
and randomly trigger earthquake somewhere. That would be great.
Or it triggers at a random location, or it triggers on a random target, or it just deals damage to you.
I mean, that would really all be fine with the earthquake, as long as we're not. Because what it would make us do is
The thing is, buying those high level scrolls is not feasible. Like, we can't reliably activate them.
well, I mean, there must be some way we can deal with this, except for like a frontal assault, because that's just like smacking our face into the wall, hoping that it breaks at some point.
Apply enough force and it will.
Mechanics won't stop you from doing it, but he's really not into it.
I mean, I'm open to other suggestions, but I still.
He doesn't really know what to do, though. Seems like we're kind of in a bind, in some way.
Ashwood shrugs and she says, "Go and kill him." And we're like, "Well, we're not sure how." And she's like, "That's not my problem."
Yeah, it's
Bye.
like, I'm gonna die, but I don't care. So why should we care?
It is worth considering that Lady Ashwood is probably as removed from human society as you can be.
Well, we care that
So-
she dies because if she does, we will, lose our protection or our ally in the forest, basically. And also, we probably want to kill the wizard ourselves, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, at least right now he doesn't seem to bother us. So that's good.
But he is, though. He's trying to track us and he's preparing his ritual.
Yeah. There has to be a better way to deal with it.
Well, DDS, Tina.
If I had a better idea, I would have already given it.
I can see from both sides, but I don't have a solution.
Mechanics would rather do nothing than do something that he sees as foolish, and that would never work. Nothing at least doesn't kill him right now.
I think hidden fate attacks could work. It's brutish. It's a blunt instrument, but it has certainly worked for us in the past when we tried to storm a fortified location.
I mean, you could strafe attack his wall and then fly back home.
Yeah, we land, take out a few guards, and then we retreat again. And then we do that every other day
I'll keep
Until
the
he-
cave clean and safe.
until he
Heal
runs
you
out
when
of
you come back.
guards. Until he runs out of guards, and then he will be alone. And unless he is an incredibly powerful spellcaster, against the four of us, he's gonna have trouble.
Mhm. We won't have anywhere to flee to, though. So if he decides to just go for it, we're screwed.
Go for it.
Yeah, like say, all right, guards, take him out. I'm gonna stand here and shoot fireball and lightning bolts and shit, hovering over my castle with all the guards, the arrows and whatnot. I mean, yeah.
We can prepare for arrows. If we have like protection from arrows, a normal guard can't hurt us with arrows. Unless he has invested in like composite longbows for all the guards and they are very strong. Which seems unlikely.
Or he uses one dispel magic and then it's all gone.
So
One spell magic per person.
Spread out, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to spend 4 rounds casting only dispel magic.
Hovering over his castle, I would like if he's hovering over his castle and we have protection from arrows up, and we just charge him and take him out.
But he's going to expect exactly this. Even Lady Ashwood said that. We can only win if we do something he doesn't expect.
Unless he's expecting us to expect this, so he's expecting us to do something more subtle.
I mean, it would be nice if we had like a hobgoblin mercenary company close by so we could siege it. But I don't know that.
We need to find one and take it over.
Takes time.
We can go with your plan. Rakaix is not really good at flying, so he would be back at base, basically.
I could sit on one of our backs.
That's okay. He doesn't need to. He doesn't think he'd be much help out in the fight anyway.
Could cast spells and buffs and stuff.
Yeah, you could do that. And you could leave and do it.
I mean, what allies do we have to drop on? We have Vincent, but he is reluctant to do anything.
That goes to the Spirit and Lady Sprite and Lady Ashwood as well. None of them really wants to do anything.
No.
Colts are very inadequate at doing anything.
Yes. They are incredibly. You can
and
use
we have an 11-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Who will probably do what we ask her to, but
13, alright.
Probably also very inadequate at whatever it might be.
Also a girl that was useful to us at some point, but the wizard has clearly shown that he doesn't care enough about her to like ruin his plans over her in a way. So we can't even use her as proper bait, you know.
No.
We do have those crazy tribal people from the Rise that we defeated.
They went home.
But I guess they went home. Yeah, I don't know.
Having a tribe of those around would certainly help us.
But even so, could they storm a tower?
Big is the tribe? I mean, we could live here. We could get them food, shelter, if that's what they need.
I don't think they wanted to leave their ancestral homeland. I think that was the problem for them. It was like, no, we need to stay here because it's important for some reason.
But they seemed like they had to, right? And these guys were like going forward to get money so that they could stay.
Yes.
We basically ruined that for them.
Yes.
I think we even said, like, if you ever need to, just come down here. We'll have a place for you. If they showed up, that would be very convenient. Like, we will do anything to have shelter and food. We'd be like, yes. We have just the shelter we had in mind, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd take over the tower, and we'd be the wizard.
A wizard hat on a dragon.
It would also be very convenient if the wizard died from a heart attack tomorrow.
That would be very convenient. A meteor fell from the sky. And Lady Ashwood like whistles. I don't know who pulled that meteor down from the sky and smashed it into the... That's weird.
Don't know anyone who would have that sort of power.
His staff of the Magi exploded.
Yes, his staff of the Magi exploded. And
Well,
that certainly happened in the past as well.
Foreboding in a way.
But yeah, the problem is I don't see many options at this junction. We can't really infiltrate it. We can try to wait for him to leave, but we don't know when that is. We could.
He's probably not going to leave because he doesn't want like if you were the wizard, what would you do, right? Right now, you'd sit in your fucking tower making a ritual, waiting for the dragon to show up because they have to.
Yes.
And you'd be really fucking smart because you could do anything you wanted to prepare.
Yes.
Dimensional anchors and webs and and all the unpleasantness that you can make someone not flee and then just murder them. That's all you really need to do. I mean, you can win in a pitched battle, and you will hunker down with everything you need, and you can basically just lock your door and put all your guards around the door and be like, well, as soon as they come in, prepare to attack, just shoot all of them.
They're gonna stand there for weeks, prepared attacks.
We were going to send our kobolds out to watch him for weeks.
Yeah. But I mean, watching someone is not the same as having ready actions. I mean, bleeding the fortress of its resources seems viable, if crude, yes. But I don't know.
Yeah. The problem is just like our end game. If we go there, we attack, and we fall back, then what? They could easily send a lot of things after us, and again, I don't think we could take them all.
I think we can take a considerable number of those guards. I don't think, although people in app can certainly fight, I don't think they are like elite fighters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have the best equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have masterwork composite longbows and like magical stuff. That would be too expensive. Unless the wizard is incredibly wealthy.
Well, you know, his greatest power is resources.
Yeah.
Really bend on making sure that if we attack him, he's gonna, like, or come to his tower even, he's gonna have whatever resource he has prepared for that to take us out.
But we need to stop the ritual. Like sooner or later, we need to come to that tower.
Yeah, and he knows that. And
Yes.
he's got everything figured out for him.
Yeah. But if we can't get into the tower and like start destroying that for him, like there is no way around this. We need to go to him to stop the ritual. He's hunkered down, yes, but we can't do anything about it. Unless
We're
we have.
basically admitting our defeat then.
No, we're saying yes, you're hunkered in, but we don't care. We're gonna kill you anyway. Unless we get an agent on the inside to like set things up for us or like destroy his ritual somehow, but I don't know how.
There
we
has to
how
be
we
more
do
to
that.
it than that.
Has it? Does it have to be?
It's like saying, well, we have the ring now. Let's go punch Sauron in the mouth and hope that it works.
I'm just saying at some points there are things like, yes, the evil genius is hunkered down in his base and is preparing to destroy the world. You need to go inside that base.
Tina, what do you think? Need some more inputs.
I really can't think. I really can't feel any way we can get into here than basically just going head on and taking him out as quickly as possible before he has time to build up more resources.
I think bleeding him is viable. I don't think he can easily gather a lot of guards if we start killing them off, for instance. Like, what is he actually gonna do if like 3 guards go missing for every other night? At some point he's running out of guards. Is he gonna like retreat to his chamber? Sure, but there's a limit to how many resources he can stock in there. Like, if we take out everything in the tower, like burn every other resource, every food, like take everything, and he only has like the upper level of his tower left. How long can he actually stay in there?
A few months, I would guess. Half a year, maybe.
From the resources of 1 room?
That's what I would do. He's a wizard. He's probably pretty smart.
It is worth noting that so far you've only asked the opinion of basically one NPC, and you may not want to base your approach entirely on the opinions on a creature that simply wants an annoyance gone.
But who else could we ask? Our kobold guy? He's gonna suck up and then, yeah. Little girl?
And the other person would be Vincent.
I suppose we could ask Vincent, but where is he?
I don't
I
know.
guess maybe he'll be in the forest near our place, doing whatever he does.
Could leave a note in the bush outside. Be here.
I think he said that if we went to seriously look for him, he would find us, or something like that.
We can leave a note, say like, Vincent, stay here for a bit. We need to talk to you, and then we go and check out the ruined village because that's still a thread we need to take a look at.
We could look at the ruined village, sure. How long is it away?
Let me take a look.
Also, I don't think we have an overview map.
Yeah, I've made that hidden. You have one now. Although they're still full of one. It would be about a day's trip.
Considering that we're flying, though?
Flying it would be faster, of course, half the time, since you move twice as quickly when flying.
And we cross over all terrain and stuff.
Yes. So half a day to get there, half a day to get back.
So who wants to carry me?
Well, we get a sack and we just get 3 ropes and.
Well, I could stay home, I suppose. Good journey. I'll hear what you have when you come back. I'll watch over the coals. That's fine.
Einavox wouldn't mind carrying you.
It's okay. I can stay home.
No, I think it's best.
I don't want to be a burden.
Do not. Are you denying the gift of a lady?
I just don't want the group to split up. And I think you're a valuable part of the group.
Yeah, but see, the problem is I can't leave as quickly as you can, so you just leave me there when something bad happens.
You wouldn't leave you.
That doesn't seem safe.
Or at least I wouldn't leave you, and I doubt the others would leave you.
So far, we haven't shown any tendencies to leave any injured people behind. It would be weird if we started now.
Perhaps. Well, alright then. I'll fly and take a look.
Alright, so you want to leave the Ashwood again, and then immediately head out, basically?
Well, we leave a message to Vincent. You want him to consider how he wants to defeat the wizard. And then we'll go.
Should we rest up a day, heal up and stuff, and move on to the village freshly?
We could. Yeah, we could. I guess we could.
Alright.
I think I can heal all of you fully. Not really much problem.
Alright.
I mean, you don't need to give me healing. A night of rest will put me up almost to max.
Mm-hmm.
I would need healing.
Just a sec, then I can.
But that's nothing new.
We have Tilraxos. We have Einavox. Check that. And that. That's 27.
Just a sec, it went really fast.
27 hit points.
For me?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Regarding being carried as material for Fana, I'd perfectly agree.
I'm really slow, 27.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Thank you.
Good. And then we can also have dream food, all of us, and the girl, of course.
She will never learn to hunt.
We'll spend some time talking to her, you know.
She will inform you that while you've been gone, Vincent has actually been here and, well, not really shown her how to use a bow, but made a bow for her.
Aww.
She shows to you with much pride.
Good, wonderful.
Is it a real bow? It's not just,
It's a real bow, although it is definitely a training bow because drawing back the string doesn't take as much force as it would be with a normal bow.
Well, it's a good start. Okay,
It's a good start,
outside looking whilst you train by putting up like a thing that you can shoot at.
You never know. Maybe he just gave her a stake with a string.
It's a little more than that.
But she needs to
That's
keep
good.
her eyes outside in the sunlight sometimes, and shooting at the target is good for her. Also remind himself to steal some warm clothes for at some point. Although we did take with her what was ultimately necessary from the tower, what she wanted, she might not have been that practically inclined.
Did she bring a cloak for winter?
She did not, no. She mostly carried books and like writing utensils. Not exactly clothing.
She can get some delicious clothes from the ragged remains of the dwarves, I'm sure.
Well, if nothing else, next time Vincent, well, she told him next time she sees Vincent, she can tell him that Rakaix would like him to buy her a set of warm, comfortable winter clothes.
Sure. She can certainly do that.
Yeah,
He'll
remember.
pay for it. It's fine.
Yeah, you probably have to add that it will be paid for.
There's a convenient pile of money right here.
Yeah, but it's not a buffet. At least not for him.
Alright, so you rest today and then you want to head to the little hamlet of Sirafu.
Yes.
See what the hell.
Indeed so.
In that case, it is then the 11th of Nef as you head out. The weather outside has worsened dramatically. Overnight, these storms have indeed started with periods of relative wind, well, no wind basically, with lots and lots of lightning going on, followed by a long period of just storm and rain that alternate back and forth, essentially. There are enough periods of no wind and a bit of lightning that you do still manage to make good time while flying, although it does take slightly longer, unless you want to take the chance of flying during the storms. But eventually you do reach what you think must be the town of Sirafu. And let me just move the pointer on the overview map. And as you approach, you do see that calling it a town is probably too generous. It's a village. There are some relatively sturdy-looking buildings that are, however, dramatically dwarfed by the enormous marble chapel built into the cliffside. From a distance, you see no signs of activity whatsoever. Some of the buildings look like they are little more than burned piles of rubble, not rebels, while others simply stand empty.
Does it seem completely abandoned?
From a distance, it does, yes.
We could go take a look closer. Maybe there's something we could scavenge.
Well,
I guess
is it filled with burning corpses and?
From a distance, you cannot make out any real signs of, well, remains of anything, really. You do see that the ruined buildings, the scorched buildings, are probably rather old. The streets are overgrown and there's a general lack of maintenance on everything. You would assume that whatever happened to this city, or this village really, has not happened recently.
Well, people were afraid to come here, so there might still be something of value.
True. I guess we'll swoop over the village in like concentric circles, getting closer and closer to see if we can spot anything. And if we don't, we're gonna land and take a look around.
You fly around a bit and see the same everywhere. There are no signs of, well, remains, no hints of what really happened here, apart from, well, broken buildings, empty buildings. There are few windows that are still intact. Most of them are just shattered. And, well, you really don't spot anything. And on that note, roll me a perception check.
To see if we actually spot anything.
There is no burned down city.
It's the Matrix. It's only code.
Yeah, you don't spot anything in the city, but both Alvolnix and Einavox can't really shake the feeling that you are being watched.
So, some villagers left to stay, or probably bandits.
A feeling that does not seem to originate from the city, but rather from high above.
No,
Maybe Ashwood.
no, something is flying above us.
Well, we're gonna look up.
Let's fly up and take a look.
I'll start with just looking up.
Roll
If
me.
there's a huge
Oh,
dragon.
looking up, you, well, feel the ominous presence of something, but roll me another perception check.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. That will make saw something, I hope.
Alvolnix still can't shake the feeling, but spots nothing.
Mm. You're not gonna roll, Malachi?
I can't see it. I don't think Rakai should really be seeing anything.
Well, we could fly up there and take a look.
I hope it's not us being watched by the wizard. That would just be a pain.
The wizard's presence didn't feel oppressive like this does.
Who is Rakayax sitting on?
You offered to fly.
I did. Well, if he's fine with it.
But admit it, I'd love to see him riding on Tyraxus.
It would technically he would be on Alvolnix, but because he's the best flyer.
But I've always get weaker when people are close.
Yeah,
true.
he has people issues.
Well, if there are indeed something up there ready to attack us, what would Rakayax have to do to cling on to Einavox?
Though in combat he wouldn't be able to. Because I don't have any ride skill.
So maybe you two should look up there. And if something is gonna attack us, I need to go for the ground so Rakayax and Einavox don't get into an accident.
Vonix will fly up to scout. I have a problem with that.
Okay.
Tyraxus will fly up as well.
Alright, you fly towards the cliffside
If something happens down below, start screaming.
where you think
The mongoose
you've
defense.
seen that.
I'll do the mongoose.
Good. We will do the same up here.
Great.
Let me just prepare a cliffside really quick.
Or was there a cliffside to land on, or was it?
There you are basically next to the stubble rise, and whatever you saw was high enough that it likely disappeared behind the rise. So
Okay,
if you
well-
want to go to look, then you would have to fly all the way up.
Sure. But I mean, if there's actual place to land on, then whatever it is, it's on the ground. Then we don't have to leave Einavox and Rakayax behind.
It is also worth noting that trying to fly all the way up there during this somewhat stormy period is going to require flight checks.
Sure.
I can do fly.
I'll make a fly check.
Oh, that was a 1.
Whee! Crash into the wall.
All right, let me just. I'm unprepared for this flying bullshit.
I notice whenever I do fly checks, it's either a 1 or it's like a 15. 1 or 15. No, there's nothing else. Doesn't matter how much bonus I have if I have a
See,
1.
there we go.
Unfortunately, I lost my size bonus to AC.
Yeah, flying high certainly makes this count as a storm, which would give you a flight penalty of -8, meaning that with those checks you barely manage to even get up there, let alone control yourself and land somewhere safely. You can, however, continue trying to fly after whatever you think is up there. That is, however, going to require yet another flight check.
I wish this was snowing, because then I might actually be able to do this.
It is not snowing. Avulnik certainly makes progress. Terexus is having a lot of trouble with these winds. Chances are, if you were chasing something, it is gone now. Because whatever it was, as long as it didn't have as much trouble as you did, it's gone by now.
Well, we might be able to track something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you essentially take 10 and fly up there very carefully, taking as much time as you need, you can get up there with little difficulties, even with this wind.
Yes. We will do just that.
That's sufficient for you?
What's Terexus's take 10?
18.
Yeah, that's enough. That's just enough to fight through the wind.
DC 10, and you've got -8.
You reach the top of the rise, something you've never really done before, and you don't really see much as the storm and rain is hiding most of what you would see otherwise. What you know, however, is that with heavy rain and heavy winds, trying to track something that is also flying is going to be incredibly difficult. If you still want to try, however, that would be a survival check to look for tracks or, well, miscellaneous signs, really.
I mean, might as well try. We came up here anyway.
Yeah.
Where are Einavox and Rotax currently?
I suppose we're waiting down on the ground.
Yeah. And in distance of the city, though, you know, kind of. I think we try to find kind of secluded, safe place as good as we can find.
Do you hide or do you just wait there?
I mean,
I'm not good at hiding.
no, we can sort of. We will be in an open place where we can see if anything approaches us. You know, we're wary, looking out for stuff.
Alright. Both Terexus and Avulnix. Well, Avulnix doesn't find any sort of tracks. Terexus seems to find something where something rather very, very large has landed recently, waiting probably for a moment before taking off again. But can't really tell what it was, apart from it being far larger than himself, at least.
How many legs did it have when it landed?
The tracks aren't exactly clear, but at least more than 3.
Right. You look to Avulnix and say that. Something big, more than 3 legs. Possibly another dragon. Or a wyvern or something. Although I do think they have 2 legs.
How big were the tracks?
Big.
Is there any, like, is the environment around it disturbed somehow? Is there, like, is there like, oh yes, there's a gnawed off bone over here, or there is something with a heat aura has sat here to like grill the surrounding area with heat.
There's very little in terms of vegetation to, well, have shown any signs for some sort of horror at least. And with the winds and rains, it would effectively hide most things unless you looked very, very closely.
Does the stone feel warm where it landed?
It
Oddly
feels
warm.
rather wet.
Well, Tyraxos is miserable, he is cold, he is wet, he has had enough of this, he's gonna fly down again.
Isn't it amazing weather?
Absolutely miserable. Miserable. Yeah, with a buffeted wings and a crash, he will land down in the village again.
It's like slightly more graceful and forceful landing side.
He will report what they saw. Something big, thrown away. Nothing else.
I've made a new map available to you, so you can actually be in the village.
You knew. I don't know if I should be
This is very
thrilled
tiny.
if there's a chance we meet another dragon, or a little scared.
You should put your tokens there so I can reveal the entire thing. Because vision blocking layers.
Have we been through the village itself?
The village isn't really much more than this. A handful of houses, some larger than the others, some of which destroyed, broken into, or, well, not broken into, but broken windows, broken doors. Not something anyone has been in for quite some time. And to the north, of course, the incredibly impressive front of the, well, not really a marble chapel, that really doesn't do it justice. It's a marble cathedral that seems in complete contrast to the tiny buildings here. It too shows signs of, well, mostly just lack of maintenance, as well as, well, some random destruction, really.
Do we still feel watched?
You could roll another perception check.
So now back down to my bad rolling.
Volnix feels watched either way.
That's true. It's true. I just can't point in a direction anymore, can I?
No. Yeah, the feeling of being watched has certainly turned into a feeling of not being wanted here.
Oh.
Lovely, we have these extra six senses of telling us what the narration wants.
Does it feel like, kind of like a big thing, or humans, or can we tell?
You can't really tell. It's just instincts, really. And those aren't too reliable.
Damn instincts. Is it just completely deserted, no tracks or anything?
If there have been any tracks in the past, or at least, or even in the last few days, they would have been completely washed away by the storms.
Was this the cathedral?
No, the cathedral is to the north, and it is massive.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we should probably toss the place. Maybe we find something useful here.
We're so gonna get attacked. Probably by a Vyron.
If you just want a size comparison, the cathedral would be basically like this.
Okay. Okay, well, yeah.
Cathedrals are interesting. There's a lot of loots in cathedrals.
We learnt this and we're good.
Well, I have a
Sure, I think
feeling
those
that,
loots.
if you were a Vyron, they probably think, oh, this is my castle.
Then we kill the wyvern, right?
Just what do they know?
But yeah, let's toss the buildings, see if we can find anything.
Okay. but I think we should at least, if not stay together, at least stay in pairs.
Be within viewing distance of each other at all times, basically.
Or that.
So you toss the village, essentially.
Yes.
Right. I would like to get some perception checks then. That and that and that, okay. All of you would immediately notice that if you're looking for valuables, it's someone must have been here before you. There are the bits and pieces that might be worth something, like silver spoons or like family heirloom
Yes.
watches
Yes.
that are worth like a couple gold each.
Sure. Yes.
Are there any copper pots?
There are indeed some copper pots.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
But looking through these buildings, especially looking at the ruined buildings, it does seem like this destruction was caused by something very, very big.
I don't think we should stay.
Big impact? Like, do we see fire? Do we see acid damage? Like, what type of...
There
Or was
are
it
the
just-
occasional scorch marks on things, even in buildings that really shouldn't have any source of fire at all. No, like hearth or anything. And some of the buildings look almost, well, cleaved apart with a single swing, really.
This is a little further back. We were told this, but it weren't. Didn't. I'm not sure if it's Lady Ashwood or who it was, but someone hinted at that someone Rakayax knows was in all this now.